Law of detachment. Now, it might sound like I'm contradicting some of my other videos that I made, but stay with me here. I'm 22 years old. I have done millions of sales and made millions of dollars selling on Amazon. I started when I was 18. Been multiple times in my life where I've been in this flow state, detached from the money, from the success, and there have been times where I've obsessed over it too much. Now, I talk a lot about, yes, you need to be obsessive over your goals. Yes, you need to be obsessive of what you want to create in life of yourself, but it gets to a point to where you obsess so much, you end up thinking about the bad parts, the doubts. You start doubting yourself, and I've talked a little bit about this. There have been multiple times in my life and with my Amazon business where I have doubted myself and I didn't catch it in time and ended up screwing things up. The times in my life when I've had made the most money at those points in life. Right now I'm making the most money I ever had, but let's go back to about 4 years ago, right when I started. I knew that I could make Amazon work. I did, and I would obsess over it on a daily basis. But what ended up happening is I would obsess so much over it. I would always be checking, is this working? Is this doing this? Whatever. And I didn't really realize this is what happened. I didn't become upset, but I would start putting in the work and then just let it be. Whatever happens, happens. I detach from it, right? The universe works in a funny way. Money is like energy, right? So everything is flowing, everything is moving. And if you are so stressed out about this thing, you are blocking it from flowing through you, right? If you hold on to money and you save it all the time, and you're like, oh, I got to save all my money, it's not flowing through you. Yes, think and obsess and visualize what your higher up self is doing and do those actions. But at the end of the day, while you're not doing it, give it a break, right? Detach from it. Know it's coming. Feel it, right? You know it's going to come. Just let it. You don't have to stress over it. Do not doubt. That's the biggest mistake you can make, is doubt. I talk about that all the time. If you doubt yourself, the doubt will come true. It's like when you think so much about, oh, hey, I want to be with this girl. I want this girl to be my girlfriend. I want to have a relationship with this woman. And what ends up happening is you obsess so much over it that when the time comes, you get so nervous. It's very awkward. When if you just detached, if you just knew that everything was going to work out, it'd be so much chiller. It would be a lot better. And that's kind of where I'm trying to go with this, is if you can just accept the fact that the universe can give you what you want, or you can be the wealthiest man in the world, or you can be the brokest man in the world. It's what your actions do and how you let it flow. 4 years ago, I would obsess, which is a good thing, right? Visualize. But it got to a point of too much obsession where it had to work. It needed to work. And yes, it did need to work, but I kept thinking, oh my gosh, if this doesn't work, I'm screwed. If it doesn't work, I'm screwed. And what I was doing is I was blocking that flow. Eventually it got to such a point to where I just was like, all right, you know, whatever happens, happens, and I'm going to let it happen. And that's when the money started coming in. That's when everything started to rip. And at that time, it was ripping because I was making $4K a month online. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that was 4 years ago. But that was the first time I ever felt that. I was like, okay, I detached from it. And I kept detaching from it. I would go on trips. I would go and do things I would never have been able to do in the past. And as I was doing those things, I started making more money because I was detached from it. I just knew it was going to flow through me, right? I just knew, right? I didn't obsess. I didn't doubt. I knew it was coming. I knew the money would keep flowing through me because I was flowing through it, or I allowed it to flow through me. And it's very easy to do this once you start selling on Amazon because you detach from money very easily, very fucking easily. A very great example of that is about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, whenever I moved out of my house after I started to make money on Amazon. You get to a point to where you're spending thousands of dollars a day to make thousands of dollars a day. That is the true flow right there. It can't get any better than that, right? Money is just flowing, right? And it's beautiful. You really detach from it. And there was a point to where I got so detached from money, it actually ended up kind of fucking me over. But I was making the most money I ever had at that point in my life because I had fully detached from it. I knew that if it just flowed, if I let it flow, I will be good. And I think what happens to a lot of you guys, especially when selling on Amazon, is you get scared. Oh, I'm spending so much money. What if this happens? What if this happens? Let it flow. Just accept it, okay? That is the best advice I can give to you for all you newer sellers and the guys that are selling on Amazon right now that haven't really reached that point. You realize money is just a number on a screen, and it's energy, right? It really isn't anything. And if you just let it flow and become one with it, you will be good, but you have to detach from it for a second. You can't obsess over the money that you have in your account. Let it go. It'll come back in more abundance, right? And so I kind of, once again, I got too into that, and I definitely had started to spend more money than I was making. I detached fully. And you know what? I think it worked out for the better, because what ended up happening, and everything happens for a reason. The universe has its funny little ways of teaching you lessons. And if you take those lessons and learn from them, and then take those lessons and do something different on the next time, you're going to be more successful every damn time. Messing up my store, I've been over this, right? I wasn't shipping out orders on time. I was too detached, and I forgot what the actions I needed to do were. And so I had to reassess myself, and there was a point where I needed this. I needed Amazon to start ripping again. Now at this time I was still making like 4 to 5K a month, but it wasn't the 10, 20K a month. And so about a year ago, I remembered, okay, I need to just detach, let the money flow. Let the money flow. I had credit problems, cash flow problems, and I was scared. I was scared again, because I was like, what if I fuck this up again? What if I do this again? And when you have that mindset, nothing is ever going to come from it. You're blocking the flow of money. You're blocking the flow of abundance. Let it flow. Know it's going to work out if it's meant to be. And you'll know if it's meant to be. You will. Everybody knows. It's just, can you let it happen? Can you be fully detached from it to just let it happen? So what did I start doing again? Running it back up. Even bigger this time. And that's why I'm able to make now 75K months in profit. That's just a beautiful thing to see. And I've detached, right? From that point on, I was like, I'm fully just going to detach and just let the money flow. And that's what I do. I have my credit lines. I know what they're used for. I'm going to use them, flow it through my Amazon account, through suppliers, and that money is going to come back to me from Amazon, right? And I know that. I know that every time, and I detach from it. And once I've been able to do that, it is, number one, a lot less stressful. And I get it, you're going to be stressed at the start, right? Detach, bro. Detach. Now, you still have to put in the work. You still have to do what is done to build these systems. Or you still have to do what needs to be done to build out these systems to fully detach first, right? So if I was starting as a newer seller, I would still need to be doing all the product research and building out these systems, contacting suppliers. But after I contact the suppliers and all that, let it go, you know? Let it go. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And you'll start to find that things start working in your favor a little bit more. A lot more, actually. And so once you have those systems out and built out, you're going to want to just detach from the money. And I see this all the time. These guys are like, well, I only want to spend this much capital on Amazon. Why? It is 100% infinitely scalable. And you just have to realize that if you know you're meant for more, if you know you're meant to enjoy the higher ups of life, the luxuries of life that the universe has to offer, then just let it happen, bro. Let it happen, and don't doubt it, because you end up doubting it so much that you are blocking the flow. I've gone through a lot of failures when it comes to my Amazon seller journey. You know, a lot of you guys stress way too much about the risk involved, this and that. If I could go back and tell my younger self, dude, don't stress, just keep doing what you're fucking doing and let it happen, that is the best advice I could give to him. And that's why I'm helping you guys today, is so I can give you guys this advice from what I've learned over the last 4.5 years. Because if I had this advice when I first started, I would be in a way different place right now. I would be sitting in a way nicer car. Obviously, I love my car, but this would be a Ferrari. That's why I do this. And if you guys do want my help, you can always click the link in the bio or shoot me a DM on Instagram, bro. That being said, you guys genuinely just need to let go, put the work in, and then let go, right? So a lot of people think the law of attachment and the law of detachment kind of contradict each other. And what I'm saying might sound like I'm contradicting what I say in my other videos, but I can't make this any more clear. You visualize, you put the work in, and you let go. You let it happen. Because if you sit there and have this energy of stress and doubt, you will end up blocking the flow of money. And you'll get scared. You will not do what needs to be done to be your full potential, your higher up self. And that's the best advice I can give to anybody, is just detach, bro. Stop stressing. It's all going to work out. No, it's not going to take a week. It's not going to all work out in a week. Give it some damn time, okay? Pray on it, right? Ask the universe, ask God for what you need to know. Teach you lessons. And every lesson, everything is a fucking lesson, guys. So even if it's something small, treat it as a lesson. I'm not going to do that again. Or, okay, that worked. I'm going to keep doing this over and over and over, and your life gets better and better and better. Now that I am making the most money I have on Amazon, I am working the least amount I ever have on Amazon, right? It takes me 15 to 30 minutes a day. I've detached from it. It's like me pressing a couple of buttons, paying off a couple invoices, and I'm done. And I know what the outcome's going to be every time. And I know that if I just keep doing that, I can keep scaling and keep making more and more money selling on Amazon. And I can't stress that enough, is I see this all the time. Yeah, I got 15K in capital, but I'm only going to throw 5 in. Well, you're already telling yourself that you don't trust the process. You're basically telling your higher up self, I don't know if this is who I want to be, so I'm just going to go half in, a third in. You need to go all in. And it might sound risky as hell. It's not, bro. If you know what you're meant for, if you know what you can get done, if you know what your higher up self looks like, go all in. There should be no reason you are not doing that. And I can't stress that enough, guys. Let it all work out. Now, I'm not saying just visualize and let go, right? I'm not saying just visualize, do a little bit of work, and let go. You haven't built the systems yet. You have to build the systems to let the money flow. You're building a money flow system, and it's infinitely scalable. And this is 99% people, including myself, pretty much everybody. We have been taught, and we have been put into this societal bubble, and I say this all the time, to where we fear. We are very fearful. If we have to work X amount to receive X amount, we can't accomplish, the wealthiest man in the world. It's just not possible. There's a reason they have you thinking like that. And once you can get out of that, and once you can detach and just be in flow state, right? Don't concern yourself with the things that are going on around you. That shit doesn't matter. It's all fake, right? It all doesn't fucking matter. What matters is you can see yourself here. What do I need to do to get there? It's not stress. It's not doubt. Build the systems and let it happen. That's all it is, guys. That's genuinely all it is. And they have you to believe that you need to work 8 hours a day on some bullshit for another guy that is detached. Because what did he do? He built his systems, hired these people, and let go. And now he's just making money off of you. Once you think about it that way, and once you can kind of understand that mindset, it becomes very easy to build the systems and then detach. Now, building the systems aren't that easy. And that's where the work comes in. And you need to visualize the whole time. But you got to put in the work. And then detach from the work. I know I'm saying the same thing over and over, but that's what needs to be done. I've been in this flow state for probably the last 6 months from the last time I was in it. And I don't plan on getting out of it, right? I know what needs to be done. I've learned my lessons, and here I am teaching you guys. This is how success happens. You just let it damn flow, right? The numbers on the screen start getting bigger. Don't stress about that either. Don't get obsessed about the number on the screen. Just keep doing what you're doing. What ends up happening is you feel like you're basically begging the universe for something. Please give this to me, please. And you're never going to be rewarded for begging. You're going to be rewarded for visualizing, building the systems, and letting it happen. If you built the systems and nothing's coming from it, you're most likely stressing, doubting, and begging. Stop. Let it happen. Just let it all come together, bro. And just let these systems do their work. We know the systems work. We know the universe will reward us. We just have to let it happen. If you sit there blocking it with all this stress, bro, all this doubt, you're not going to be rewarded. You're not. And when you let go and just fully say, you know what, fuck it. Who cares what happens at this point? Systems are there. Work has been done. Who cares? That's when stuff starts to happen. That's when life gets good. And that's when the numbers start to get bigger. And that's when the results start to come in. But when that happens, and this happened to me, when that does happen, you have to stay in that state. You have to keep doing what you're doing and stay locked into it. Stay in the flow state. Because if you want more results, this and that, the systems start to change, and then you got to rebuild them, and then you got to detach again. Just stay detached. Let the systems do what the systems do. All your rewards, all your success is going to be delayed from when you actually built those systems. And that's what you guys need to realize. It's all going to be delayed, and it ends up compounding. over and over and over again. It's like a flood, right? It starts up here very small, and as more and more water keeps coming down, it starts to just get big and just wipe out cities. But it started small, and it started with just a little bit of water flowing down a mountain, flowing down a hill, and then it ended up all coming together at one point and just taking shit down. And that's how you guys really need to think about it. It's all compounding. All the work that you're putting in, all the systems, it's going to come together. Let it come together. Let it happen. There were a lot of, like I said, guys, building the systems is not easy. That's the hard part. And if you can fast track that and get that done and then just have the systems built and detach, you will find success very easy. Life will get very easy very fast. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I teach you guys. When it comes to abundance, if I'm over here hoarding this business model, if I'm over here being greedy, it's hard to detach. I can detach by just letting it go and teaching others, right? I do my 15-minute, 30 minutes a day, and now I can teach others about this. I'm able to just fully detach from it. It's like it's not even there anymore. I just wake up, do it, okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Now I'm going to teach other people about it. Now I'm not worried about what I need to do about my store. I'm worried about what I need to help other people on their stores. And I think that allows for a lot of detachment as well, because now I'm not attached to my success. I'm attached to other people's success, and then they can detach from their own success, if that makes sense. And I think that's why it works so well. So like I said, guys, if you want my help, if you want to not have to go through the failures that I had to go through, which I know a lot of people would give up very quickly if they went through what I had to go through when selling on Amazon and building those systems, you can click the link in the bio and apply to book a call. Or you can just DM me on Instagram, bro. I'm trying to be as real as possible and one-on-one as possible. It is not just about Amazon. It's about everything I've learned over these past 4.5 years to be able to build these systems to make sure you guys don't do what I did whenever I reached failing points, right? I make sure I hold everybody accountable, because if I had someone doing that to me when I was that age, whenever I first started building these systems, I would be sitting in a Ferrari right now. Build the systems. That's the hard part. Let it flow. Detach. Let the money flow. Don't become obsessed with it. Just let it happen, bro.